Alright, hello folks. Welcome back to another episode of the Fresh-Faced Film Bro.
You should keep that in.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fetish.
The fish.
Fetish,
fetish
bro. You should keep that in. It's on par.
I said fesh, but you
film,
know
bro.
what? We'll that's called a Freudian slip. And
Fits
classic, and for
Classic.
Guadagnino, I feel like that's about on par. So we're gonna leave it in. Welcome back, Oh, did I preemptively introduce it? I'm sorry. Well, like I said, everybody.
Guadagnino.
Our last upload, I believe, was late April, so we're on track. We're doing okay. Y'all got the Freddy Got Fingered episode, and today, we're bringing
You got
something.
a good laugh.
Yeah, hopefully you got a good belly laugh out of that. We're bringing you something a little bit more recent, a 2024 release, a director that's been, if anything, polarizing. Provocative is a good one. Artsy. I think that's sort of a $2 word, but
Artsy fartsy.
artsy fartsy. Yeah. I don't know. Well, a lot of things. Luca Guadagnino. We're gonna discuss his most recent outing, Challengers, starring Zendaya, Mike Feist, and the
Feist.
British dude, Feist.
And Josh O'Connor.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's Feist. You can probably say Feist. Did you say Feist?
I don't. Okay, I think
Y'all know who it is. It's our boy Mikey.
here's my deal.
Okay.
My sister's big into musicals. Clarissa's big into musicals.
Okay.
Mike, last name, was in
West Side.
he was in West Side Story, but I also think he was in the original Broadway version of Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, I think
and
he was.
when
Yeah.
she talked about him, I think she said Feist, but I could be wrong. And maybe she was saying it wrong. To my eyes, it looks like Feist. Sorry. Well,
See, I've heard Feist. That's like all I've heard.
that's all you've heard?
Yeah.
Then we'll go Mike Feist.
Okay. I don't know.
Starring
I don't
starring
know.
Zendaya, Mike Feist, and Josh O'Connor.
No idea if that's right, but
Hey, man.
Challengers 2, Mike Feist
just-
versus Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I know that he's going to be listening to this, and I just want to make sure we get his name right.
Yeah.
You know? Just,
Yeah. Anything for you, Mikey.
And then Mike Tyson's like, boxing is the relationship. Boxing. You get in the ring, you just want to kiss a man.
this would have been so much better if it was a boxing movie.
Bro, just
And then I bit his ear off.
Oh goodness.
Zendaya, come here.
Zendaya in
No,
the ring.
no, that's not right.
Stop.
If anybody would do it, it'd be Luca. A lot of great Lucas these days. You got Luca Guadagnino, Luca Doncic. You got the Pixar movie Luca. We live in a great age of
Yes,
Lucas.
sir. Bro, we are up on Pixar right now.
Yeah.
We are so up on Pixar.
Bro, they're so coming back. Not really. I think they're dead. That's a conversation for another day.
They're not dead. Incredibles is one of the best movies ever.
You
No,
know,
I mean, bro, this is so off topic, but like recent Pixar,
Yeah.
no.
Turning Red was
Nosedive.
good though. Turning Red was kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll never forget when the guy in my college class he pirated Turning Red in the middle of class and then turned his iPad towards
Red.
me so I could watch it with him.
yeah, well, you did tell me about that. That's
Yeah, you
that
told
is-
us that. Yeah.
That is excellent.
Bro, we never spoke verbally. He literally just like looked at me in the face and like turned on English captions.
And you know what? No words were needed.
No,
It was
that's not a
yeah.
movie where words are needed.
Yeah, that's
Much
yeah,
like
that's just
Challengers.
a silent camaraderie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very spiritual experience,
Mm-hmm.
and so was Challengers.
What a elegant transition. Jacob, thank you.
Speak on
Thanks.
it.
Yeah. does
I want
anybody
to
us-
hear your thoughts.
Yeah, get started.
Oh, so I'm starting us off. All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So Challengers is my first Luca Guadagnino movie, and I kind of what Ethan was talking about, pretty polarizing dude, you know. Call Me by Your Name, a lot of people like, but you know the addition of Armie Hammer has sort of tainted that movie's legacy. I think just a little bit. The Suspiria remake
Wait,
was
why?
kind of trashed on.
What did he do?
Huh? Armie Hammer? Look it up. Oh, do you actually not know what Armie Hammer
No,
did?
we
No,
know
I
he
do.
did.
I mean,
we can
okay.
keep it pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's done.
I actually could I couldn't tell for just a second, but it's the Suspiria remake. You know, not well received. Haven't seen it.
Seen the
Bones and
original
all,
though. Seen the
yes,
original.
the original Peak and Bones and all. You know, it's just weird. I mean, clearly, I think love interests Luca Guadagnino, and I think he puts them in very interesting scenarios. And I think he enjoys a good situationship, just a real, you know, toxic relationship.
I think he hates marriage.
For sure, and I think he uses his movies as an avenue to explore,
canvas.
as a canvas to explore all awkward relationships. But you know,
Including
to put
cannibals and non-cannibals.
exactly. And bro, what if he made what if he made Bones and all like about Armie Hammer?
That'd be
Like
crazy.
it was just.
Oh
he
no,
was-
I
it's like-
definitely think he did.
It's actually like Morse code. He was like, an average day with Armie Hammer on set was just Bones
Yes.
and all. But
it's quite
I mean
possible.
to put it shortly, I'm sort of dancing around it, but I thought Challengers was fantastic. I went into it admittingly with low expectations. I know that he doesn't have the best reception in general, and I really did not like the trailer. I thought the trailer was kind of annoying. So going into it, I did not have high expectations, and I walked out impressed. This isn't a love story that just happens to be in a tennis match. This is a movie about tennis. I'd say this is one of the best sports movies I've seen in a while. And the way he told the story and that score, the performances, I'd say it's a movie that's firing on all cylinders that sort of ignites the spirit of tennis.
Let's tennis, in the words of DJ Khaled.
And yeah, let's tennis. That's what this movie did, bro.
What?
You know,
Is that one of his quotes?
Yeah, well, he was like, "Let's golf, let's tennis."
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about the
Let's
let's
tennis.
golf. Let's tennis.
So the sequel to golf was tennis.
But I walked out unbelievably impressed. I was
Yep.
I think ever since I saw it, I honestly have not been able to stop thinking about it. I thought it was phenomenal.
I'll go next because I think that Jacob and I are sort of. I think we're closer on our opinions of the movie than Mason is. So
I'm gonna be fighting for my
Uh-oh.
life again.
When he didn't drop that rating, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's cooking something.
Mason put the life jacket on.
I'm a little indecisive, but
I would like to say that Challengers is not perfect.
It's not,
I have
no.
I have a few issues with the movie, and we'll get to that. But go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I went in with. I wouldn't say minimal expectations. I was expecting to have a good time, and it was a better time than I thought I would have. So I was pleasantly surprised. I was very. I found the narrative to be engrossing. I thought the character dynamics were excellent. And I thought the performances were fantastic.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
I thought it was really solid overall. It's definitely not perfect, like I think Jacob said, but you know, I think its strength is in that it is a sports movie that can stand on its own without the sports, and it is an emotional movie about relationship dynamics that also has an entire other element to it that you know strengthens it and makes and really uses the sport as a metaphor for the relationship, which is explained pretty blatantly, but still, I think it's effective in how it's carried out.
I would say in a lot of aspects, it's not really a sports movie.
It's not,
Which
no.
is like, but that's like a good thing. That's a good thing that's going for
No,
it. Like
tennis is a vehicle to
just what he wants to say.
visually show the dynamics of the relationship, which is fascinating.
Which is it's a good idea.
To an extent, the sound design is even, which we can get into later.
I didn't see it in Dolby. How was that?
It was great.
It was
sounded
awesome.
amazing.
The Reznor and Ross in Dolby was
Dude,
it was lovely.
I'm jealous.
With the 64 speakers. Not that many, but
no.
I was tapping my foot.
Yeah.
I was tapping my foot like the whole time.
No, the score's great.
But
yeah.
I mean, that was probably one of the first things that popped out to me when I watched it, like right off the bat. I was, I had actually heard some things going into the movie that people were hyping up the score, and I like Trent Reznor, so I was expecting it to be at least pretty good. But it's been a minute since I watched some of their movies that they scored, but like this sounds fantastic. Just this driving house techno music.
The mix is great too. I think that.
Yeah,
just a lot of play.
The mix is fantastic. It's always driving, and the way that he used the score in the movie is something that I honestly haven't seen before. Like, have you ever seen a movie where the argument scene has a beat drop to it?
Mason
that's
and I both
definitely interesting.
I don't want to say the needle drops, but when the cues begin, almost every
very
single
interesting
one
places.
was very interesting, and I was like, I don't think I would have done that.
Oh, I mean, they're like overlapping it with like over dialogue and stuff.
But
very interesting.
I wouldn't say that it was ineffective, but it was certainly interesting. Yeah,
I actually loved it. Like I feel like it kept the intensity up. I mean, clearly the way that the story in the movie's laid out, it's like a tennis match. It constantly jumps back and forth between 2019 and like 2006 or whatever, the original, like when the story begins.
Yeah.
And it keeps, you keep jumping back and forth. So, and I think that the score does a great job of just like keeping that same energy throughout, building the blocks up until the end. I mean, I think this movie honestly does not have its identity without the score.
No.
And I think I think that's part on. I was just thinking about this before we hopped on, but like, a lot of directors are movies first, like they're movie guys first, as they should be. But I think having a knowledge of music can really be important, and I think that this was a very deliberate pick by Luca. If I had to guess.
Johnny Greenwood.
It's a lot of composers work with the same directors, and I think that's for good reason, because the best directors know the power of music and sound, and they use that. And I think Luca displayed that in this movie, and like that's probably its biggest strength for me.
I need a director's cut where instead of Reznor Ross, it's like 2011 Weekend songs that are all just super sensual.
We were talking about that before.
That'd be cool.
No, it wouldn't be, bro.
It'd be too much.
That'd be already watched, bro.
Nah, bro, it'd be awesome.
The movie's already too much.
Okay, well,
elaborate, Mason. Did you not like the movie?
Yeah,
no.
No, we haven't given him the floor yet, so let's let him.
I'm a little bit indecisive on it right now, to be honest with you. I would say it was good, and I would probably leave it at that. There's a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with it. I thought a lot of it was great. I liked a lot of it technically. I think the three best parts were the performances, the score, and the sound. Definitely by far.
Those are the three things. We haven't covered them in depth, but those are three of the things that we mentioned first.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I think we're all on the same page about that.
Yeah, we're definitely all on the same page with that. I don't know, man. I just think that Guadagnino, I feel like he can go like way over the top too much sometimes, and it just becomes silly. And like it kind of like I feel like I was not as kind of engrossed in the story as I should be. Like the last 30 minutes, I just felt like I didn't feel the stakes, and I just kind of like wanted it to be over. I felt like it was just too long, and I was just kind of like, cool. Okay.
It's funny that you say it's over the top because I've seen a lot of people say that the movie feels like a live action anime. Like it feels like the story of an anime just in live action.
Interesting.
If that makes sense.
I could see that. I haven't
seen enough anime to.
I mean, yeah, I really haven't either. But
it is over the top, and it feels like it's a story that is like kind of hyper fictionalized, but in a grounded way. You know, I feel honestly, bro, I feel bad because I felt the stakes. My heart was racing for like the last 20 minutes. That was my favorite part.
It seems like most people were like that. I just didn't.
Same too. I loved it.
Like the last like match stuff, I was just like,
I thought the third act was awesome.
I really couldn't care less.
This is a nitpick, but the VFX used for the scene when Tashi and it's not Art, Tashi and Patrick meet up to when Tashi asks Patrick to throw
the storm
match.
Stuff. Yeah,
dude, it looks awful. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole other. Mason and I sort of discussed the use of like the different slow mo, like the blurred slow mo during like their when they start making out and stuff. To like differentiate that because you know
it's pretty cheesy.
Yeah,
it was just like overused, bro.
Well, I don't think the slow mo I thought the slow mo it was almost tongue in cheek. I thought I liked it.
See, I feel like a lot of the movie is tongue in cheek, and I feel like that's definitely purposeful. But I feel like it was like a lot of it was too much tongue in cheek, and that's why I didn't feel the stakes. Like I feel like I was just kind of like laughing at the movie instead of laughing with the movie.
No, I think there's plenty of tension provided by just the dynamics between, you know, Art and Patrick, and then both of them respectively with Tashi. Sorry, I had a break.
Yes. Yes. I mean,
I feel like it's tongue in cheek near the beginning, but I feel like for me that kind of went away. Like
definitely
around the bedroom, like the bedroom scene.
Yeah, when they have the fight.
No.
Patrick and
the make out
scene
that we've all seen from the trailer. Like I feel like right after that is when the tongue in cheek sort of dropped.
Which, by the way, I thought that scene was done really well.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good scene.
It was intense.
Yeah, it was a
lot.
But
like the tongue in cheek stuff, like the stuff like being like hitting the nail on the head, I feel like it's not in there, dude. Like the cafeteria scene with the two guys, and then the sauna scene with the two guys, and then when Tashi and him are arguing like right before the match, like I feel like all of that is just kind of like.
I think the cafeteria and the sauna scenes are two of the best ones.
I wouldn't say. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm saying that they're way over the top, and he's doing that.
And that's why it's great.
Well, I feel like the sauna scene being over the top makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, like, they're inherently childish people.
Yeah.
Like, this is stuff that happened early in their college career, and they clearly are, like, holding on to former versions. Like, each character is holding on to their former glory.
Well,
but I feel like we saw that, like, 5 different times. Like, I don't need to see them eating churros. Like, we already saw him eating a banana. Like, I get the innuendos. You know what I mean? Like, how many times do we have to, like, see that? It just got a little bit annoying to me, but I don't know. Maybe that's just,
Luca. It's not the first time Luca Guadagnino's done that. He loves his innuendos.
Oh yeah, which is like, I don't know, but
I feel like it being like tongue in cheek, like to me, like makes sense. Because I feel like each character, not really Art, but Tashi and Patrick, they like are holding on to their youth.
Yeah,
but I feel like you all were saying that it ended like after the first act. I feel like it's kind of continuous. The tongue-in-cheek stuff is throughout the movie.
I think you're...
Well, I see what you're saying about those scenes being tongue-in-cheek. So I feel like that's maybe the reason why they're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was going to say. If I remember it, I'll come back.
I thought it looked great. Like the way, it's one tennis match throughout the whole movie, and he found like every way to shoot it. And there were literally like moments during the final bit, like when the tennis court became translucent, and it's like through the
Yeah,
ground.
That was some Vince
and
Gilligan
you like
stuff.
see the dividing lines.
Breaking
Yeah,
Bad,
it was
yeah.
it was like Better Call Saul. Definitely remind me of that.
Yeah.
And like when the camera became the tennis ball and kind of like the GoPro
Yeah.
shots.
That was kind of
I
a
think-
lot. I didn't love that one. It made my head hurt.
GoPro-
I feel like I can applaud him for like being inventive and stuff, and most of that stuff worked. But yeah, some of it didn't. Most of it did, though. I would say.
Oh, I remember. Mine is character related, though. I think the characters represent a different... how different people sort of... how people grow if you put them on the same timeline, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Art's character experiences the greatest arc and the most growth. And interesting, you could like graph it almost like as a negative function, but like he cares the least about tennis, and he grows the most as a person.
Yeah.
And Zendaya's character is pretty static, and she cares so much about the activity.
Yeah.
And Patrick's just out on it. He never
Yeah,
really
and
cared.
Patrick, but I think consequently, because both Patrick and Zendaya are so invested in the sport, it really inhibits them from experiencing personal growth.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
because their characters really haven't evolved, or they don't seem that much more emotionally intelligent all those years removed.
Yeah,
At once Art and Tashi are married,
definitely
still,
Patrick. He never changes.
Patrick especially, but still Tashi, we can tell she's very childish. And almost, I think Tashi is almost the middle section of a Venn diagram of Art and Patrick.
Definitely.
And we see the way in which both Art and Patrick affect Zendaya's character, and how their presence influences the way that she acts and the priorities that she has in her life. Because when it's Patrick, tennis is she loves Patrick because Patrick doesn't have the capacity to love.
That's why. Yeah, that's why she keeps going back to him.
Yeah, and she, and you see this in so many athletes, and I think this is part of the movie's brilliance. But like, you talk about Michael Jordan, you talk about, LeBron. All credit to him. He seems very human, as goofy as like he comes across. But like,
he has
Tom
a family
Brady,
and stuff.
you talk about like the greatest in any sport. There is a certain level of humanity that's sacrificed to be the greatest.
Yeah.
And so it makes a lot of sense that Zendaya's character would resonate with Patrick, in that they don't need to prioritize the humanity of relationships, because that activity takes precedence. But you could say, this is subjective, but I would say almost objectively, she's a worse person because of it. When she's around Art, she is a better person. Yes, Art is not,
for the most part, yeah.
I think, but she's more caring. She's a better mother. We see this, when she comes back after, cheating with Patrick, and she sees Art, like in their daughter's room, like, being a good dad.
Yeah.
I think she realizes like
Thought-
the
that part was fantastic.
it was a genius. She realizes it's a reality check for her, and it makes her reassess her values and what's important.
Yeah. It still doesn't change it, though.
And Art clearly
In the
brings
long
out the best in her.
Yes.
Which, interestingly enough, is not tennis centric. It's people centered. Yeah, and it's about so.
Do you think this is a conspiracy theory about the movie?
Oh,
do you think
yeah, I know it's
that,
coming.
I'd say, I think I know it.
Yeah. Do you think that Do you think that their kid is Art's kid? I've seen some people say that while like up in the air, like if you remember the Atlanta section of the movie where sort of near the end, it's like Tashi and Patrick reconnect for a little bit.
Yeah.
During the peak of Art's career, and I've seen some people suggest that maybe the kid is Patrick's.
I don't think it really
Which
matters.
would be crazy.
Yeah,
It does. I don't think it matters, but I just think it's kind of fun to think.
Yeah, it's certainly
Yeah.
a cool conspiracy. But
That the age of the daughter, like, coincidentally lines up with when Tashi and Patrick met up in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I have no idea.
it's possible. You know,
And
I'm sure it was-
Ethan was talking.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You're talking about the movie's brilliance, and I just like
Yeah,
we're having so much fun picking apart this love triangle. And I think that's just. I think that what you're
It's just
saying
a testament,
that's the brilliance.
Uh-huh.
That's the brilliance of the movie. Like
It's
people
the
are going to
characters.
people are going to be
yeah.
people are going to be picking it apart forever. I think, and like also, what do you think of the ending? Because maybe I was a little tired and like misinterpreted it, but I sort of assumed that Art scored last, but then everyone says it's like an ambiguous ending, and you don't really know like if it went out of bounds, if the ball went out of bounds, or if you don't even know who won. Like, do you think Art won?
I assume he won.
Yeah, but I don't think it's supposed to be like 100% sure thing.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not supposed to matter, right? The relationship between
Yeah.
Art and Patrick is
No,
mended.
the way more important thing is that she yells "Come on" and that like she's like
Yeah.
she has that reaction. I feel like that's like way more important to the story.
that she
and
feels
stuff.
that connection with Art again.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
she's yelling "Come on" because she sees both of them like giving themselves to tennis. That's what she was talking about earlier. Like at the party when they were young, she was like when two people like are like in the zone, like that's the most special place you can be. And I feel like they like.
That's cool.
I feel like that. I feel like
Good way to
that's
tie
when
back
they like
around it.
finally reached that. I feel like that's what
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
representing.
think
That's
about
at
that.
least what I got, which I thought was cool. I think it's it's
Yeah.
actually a pretty good ending.
I think it definitely ties into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of tie-ins, Taco Bell and Gatorade have a very big presence in Challengers.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a pet peeve of mine. You know, the product placement, I don't mind. If there's a bag of Cheetos in the background during one scene, I'm not exactly going to be mad. You know, it's cool. It's
Yeah, how
whatever.
about that
Get the bag,
banana?
I
What was
get-
up with that?
Banana
placement.
That banana placement. But
Churros.
you know, get the bag, I guess. But like some of the product placement in Challengers was very distracting. I just think it's visual clutter, especially during the beginning. I noticed that almost all of the ad placement was at the beginning. You are getting Gatorade and Adidas and Taco Bell shoved in your face,
And Dunkin' Donuts.
and like
Yeah.
and Dunkin' Donuts and
I feel like
Wilson
Dunkin', not
tennis
Dunkin' Donuts.
Wilson tennis gear.
Yeah.
You know, NCAA, Stanford college athletics. Like
Stanford
it was-
took
it
out
was
a
a-
mortgage to be featured this much in Challengers.
Do you think they filmed it at Stanford?
No.
I was wondering that.
no
No
there's no way. No, they definitely filmed. I know that the
That was done in Atlanta.
I know the weather stuff was done in Atlanta.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like most
Yeah.
everything was done in Atlanta. I feel like
Yeah,
some of the like at least like food centric like product placement is there because I feel like Luca really likes the
He just likes food.
well I think he likes like
He was just
foodie.
hungry when he made the movie.
our I think that he's equating like
he had a bunch of food. He was just like eating while the camera's rolling. Then he'd throw his trash onto the set.
I feel like he's equating like our like gluttony to like
Or-
sexual like drive and stuff. I've like read some stuff.
Oh,
on
like
that. And
like physical hunger
wait,
to like
he's-
sexual
yeah,
desire.
like our like
So you're saying the Taco Bell bag in the hotel room was very deliberate?
Wait, so
I think that like if you add it all up, then it might be deliberate because he has that through line throughout all his movies.
is Art the Taco Bell? Or is
I had
Art
no
the
idea.
Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, yeah, I haven't thought about this one yet. Bro,
No,
Patrick's
Patrick.
Dunkin'
I was gonna
Donuts.
say Patrick's the Taco Bell because
Oh,
you'll feel
definitely.
bad after.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Art.
I'd be like, why'd I do
Art
that?
would not be Taco Bell. No.
So I guess Luca loves his ad placements, but I just again distracting. I didn't really like it. It reeks of Sony movies.
It reeks of
where
Barbie.
It reeks of like, to me it just reeks of a Sony movie that feels disingenuous.
Bro, speaking of Sony thing, what do you think of the Spider-Verse line? Because I thought that was just quite atrocious. I'm not
Mason's
gonna lie.
tripping so hard over that.
I'm
It's
not
ridiculous.
like I'm just. I thought it was really stupid. I think that's fair
That
to
goes
say.
in.
It took
that's
me
a-
out of the movie
I-
big time, bro.
I mean, not big time, but like I thought it was pretty silly.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. It's a movie.
For me, that falls under the ad placement thing for me. I'm just
Yeah,
kinda like,
yeah.
Again, I just
I
feel
feel like
like
it's a bigger
it was all in,
umbrella
like the first
to wear.
30.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying.
I feel like it was all in the first 30 minutes. The ads,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like ESPN, Chris
Fowler.
Fowler.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, it was
like-
yeah, it was a
it's
little
like-
bit annoying.
it just so many ads, dude. Just felt like I was driving down the interstate, just billboard after billboard. You know.
Well, that's Luca, man.
Yeah, apparently. I agree about the length, actually. I think this movie is at its best. As Paul Schrader on Facebook said, this movie is at its heart. And 100 minutes, not 130. That's what he said.
Yeah,
That's exactly
I think I would have liked it a lot more.
I think it was-
I thought the ending. I thought we had a
it's
little
not-
bit of the Batman issue where it was like
three different endings.
Oh no, ending. No. Now we're going to.
I thought it
it's
was-
like, dude, we don't need to go to a deuce and then someone lead the deuce and then go back to a deuce and then like I feel like he dragged it on way too much. But,
I feel like for me, what was dragged on was the beginning where there's not a lot of dialogue. Like, I understand you're trying to build up like the mystery of what's going on, but I don't know, dude. Just like you don't need it to be like 20 minutes of like barely any dialogue. Just throw us in,
yeah.
you know.
I didn't think it was 30 minutes too long. I was more like 15 to 20.
Yeah,
I don't know where the fat is that could be trimmed. A lot of it does feel pretty consequential, especially because a lot of it is relationship dynamics and it characterizes all three of the characters, and so it makes the stakes feel higher in the final scene.
Yeah, it's not really like a big deal for me. I just think that like it did feel a little long, you know. So
Yeah, definitely felt long to me.
Do we have any favorite scenes?
That's a great question.
I actually think the stuff at the beginning, like some of the stuff at the beginning, like when he's like, do you know like Tashi Duncan, and they like watch her play for the first time, and then the party, and then
that's.
I think
the
think it might have
choreography,
peaked
too.
there, which is like, kind of. Not the
I
best,
disagree, but the choreography
of-
was awesome. Like how everybody looks and leans, and
Yeah.
that was really nice.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I really like the flashback stuff. Also, shout out makeup. You know, it's pretty big jump in time, and I think that considering that these scenes are obviously filmed like that in real life, just around the same time, that makeup did a fantastic job.
They
of
boyhooded
aging
it.
them.
They waited.
They really did.
13 years.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they
really
waited-
just haircuts. That's like
over
all
a
they
decade. Well, I just
also,
even
Mike
in, like,
Feist is just
Art's
wearing his
face, I
cat
feel like-
backwards in like every like older scene.
Well,
like when he's younger.
Not even. I feel like some of the face makeup too
Yeah.
is pretty good to do the age. But favorite scene, dude, that's hard. I kind of like when Patrick and Tashi met up near the end, like at the hotel bar.
Oh,
in the
I was gonna
car.
say, I didn't like the car.
And
The
everything-
hotel bar was interesting.
I mean,
The Tinder date.
But yeah, I really like the hotel bar and everything leading up to him putting the ball in the middle of the racket. Like we all know he's going to do that, but
Especially
still
when
pretty cool.
Yeah, when Tashi tries to prove that like she's better than Patrick and she's moved on and she's like grown, but really she's
I
just
should say
the same.
specifically like like that alley scene was great.
Yeah. It shows a lot about her character.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you?
I'm having trouble with specifics. I think I just enjoyed the dynamic of Art and Patrick, especially when they're talking about Tashi and like dealing with like them discussing her or like I don't know, just at any capacity, because I think that's the most interesting because she
that's-
said in the beginning
that's stuff like when
she
they-
doesn't want to be a homewrecker, and like literally from the beginning she wrecks like their friendship, and so watching them try to navigate that I think is very interesting.
I actually think the cafeteria scene is like one of the best. I know, like the churro stuff's kind of silly, and like where he like pulls the stool over, it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
but like
I think it's funny.
You can tell like he's like when
They're in
Patrick's-
college. Like
when Patrick sees that Art is like kind of making a move on like Tashi when they're dating, you can see like Patrick like getting aroused by it, like he's excited.
Oh, the scene when they're playing tennis and he's like, let me know if.
Oh, like the first time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, like
first
even
time.
in the cafeteria
That's
and
where
stuff.
he introduces like the ball in the center
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
racket.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like in like the cafeteria scene when he bites like the other person's churro and like he's got the dust on his cheek and stuff and he's brushing it off. Like I feel like that stuff's like kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the Outcast poster in Tashi's dorm room.
Yeah.
I did notice that. Yeah.
I was like, yo, bro. Yeah. Shout out the 2000s.
Yeah, I was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 08
Yeah.
when the old one was out.
Did y'all know that the potion seller guy is the dude who wrote the script?
The writer?
Yeah.
And he's married to Celine Song, who directed Past Lives.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, everybody's talking about. Cause, like, bro,
That's a pretty
what's
epic
going on
combo.
there? What's going on in their marriage right
Yeah,
now?
seriously.
I'm glad they didn't come out in the same year. That would have been tough for them.
Yeah.
Like Oscar conversation
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
Yeah. That.
I'd be curious to see
Although,
how this movie will do at the Oscars.
Yeah,
'cause
I
feel
actually
like
don't-
Luca's movies have not done great.
Yeah.
they don't
I
like
think
it
they
much.
don't
I don't
at
think
all.
it'll do that well.
Although I was gonna say, I feel like Zendaya could be up for Best Actress.
Possibly.
Possibly. I mean,
So-
it's not like a shoe-in or anything, but she was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
And
That's fair.
I also said this to Mason that like, yeah, she got started on Disney Channel, and she sort of had her breakout in Spider-Man. She was good in Dune, but I feel like she has really elevated herself among her generation as like one of like a high tier actor.
Yeah, this
I've liked
definitely did
Zendaya
that.
fine. This is the movie. Yeah, I'd say this is the movie where this was like the first time I was like actually blown away.
Yeah,
same
by
here.
Zendaya.
Same
Yeah.
here.
I feel
She's
like in the
been-
Dune ones, like
She's been good.
she's
And
just
this
like
she was great.
one-faced. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the boys are great.
Yeah.
And that's really the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's just the three of them. Like if you think about it, there's like really no one else.
There really isn't. The line judge is apparently Zendaya's real life manager.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the memes.
The what?
The memes. The
Oh,
three
yeah.
tickets for challengers, please. It's like
Yeah,
two
like
guys,
that.
two guys and a girl.
Like the dude got tickets on the Regal app and like saw like three people sitting together
No, well,
like for the very first
yeah,
show.
I've seen that one, but I'm more
funny.
talking about like in pop culture. It'll be like the Twilight poster
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like group, just like in pop culture. Yeah,
Hunger Games.
yeah, Hunger Games. Yes, see, I don't know. I thought that was amusing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, it feels like this movie feels like a moment. Like
for sure.
I think it'll go down as like a I think it's going to go down well. I think it's resonating with people.
I
quite well.
I'll be interested to see how much it makes. I feel like the Oscar stuff depends a lot on how much it makes, which I know it shouldn't, but I think like because it's either like I heard someone
that'll be
say
these
it's either
days.
going to be a very like good popular movie or it's going to be a cult classic, and there's no in between. Like if it doesn't do that well in the next few weeks, then I think it'll just be like a cult classic. But I could see it becoming like the movie that Luca's known
the
for,
next Saltburn.
like more than.
It's sitting at 52 mil worldwide.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
which
that's pretty
is-
good.
It's pretty good. Depends on the budget. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
not
at the end of the day, it
anything
just
crazy, but-
depends on the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, what did Inception do? That's unfair. Yeah.
Actually, it hasn't. Challengers has not made back its budget yet. Budget's 55 million.
Wait. Okay. It feels pretty low budget.
I could tell that it was.
I mean-
it feels decently low budget, but a lot of the technical stuff, I was like, yeah, it cost him a lot of money, dude.
Yeah.
Also, just in,
Some of the
I think
VFX though were just
Zendaya-
not impressive.
It didn't. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. It didn't take me out.
I felt like that. You remember the triangle shot where they're like split up? They're.
Oh, that was awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't
like
think.
I
It,
thought-
I
I
didn't
thought
think
that
it
the
looked
winds
great, and I
looked
thought that was like way too like on the nail. I was like, dude, come on.
No, I thought the wind looked terrible. That was the big one.
Yeah,
The what?
yeah.
The wind.
Just like the whole scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that whole scene
Right.
looked like a Dodge commercial, or like I was waiting for Matthew McConaughey to pull up and be like, "When I drive this car, like start."
Symbolism.
Yeah.
The wind caused the poster of
yep.
Tashi and Art
yep.
split in
Yeah.
half. Whoa, bro.
Yep.
See, dude, like something like that. It's like, Luca, what are we doing? Like-
Bro writing his eighth grade essay. Use a metaphor.
bro,
You got
literally,
the gun of quill.
bro, literally
Yeah.
said, bro, literally opened ChatGPT and said, "How can I write a metaphor?"
Bro, he loves his metaphor.
Yeah, Tarkovsky's got nothing on that.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
I
I wonder what he would have thought of the movie.
was gonna say something.
I wonder what Zizek would have thought of that movie.
Yeah.
Nah, he's probably gonna see it.
Yeah, bro. I feel like he'd be that movie's biggest fan.
I mean, yeah, knowing him, yeah, he actually probably would be. Yeah,
He seems so like genuine.
he would be
I
so
don't know, just
interested
like-
in like the sexual and character
Yeah.
nature of the plot and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenges is genius because
It's
the game of love is ultimately like the game of tennis.
It's literally him. Yeah.
like I just thought it was really interesting.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
this.
I mean, I think like it'll be.
And so on and so forth.
I think like it'll be remembered for this year, but ultimately, dude,
And so the boys kiss the boys, and then the boys kiss the girl, and so on and so forth. And then they fornicate, and then they play tennis in between.
thankfully we never saw that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be overshadowed by Dune 2, just because it's like so close to coming out. Like in the long run, like
You know what I couldn't help but think of with this movie? Dennis's movie pitch
What?
in the trailer from Sunny, when he's talking about going back to the lab with the assistant, fighting crime.
What season is that?
Like, it's the episode where Dee's trying to be an extra in the movie, like the zombie movie.
Oh yeah.
And-
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like back to the lab,
Yeah.
penetration.
Yeah, that's a great episode. They're all great, but that one was especially great. Yeah,
But here's a
she's
catch:
trying to get up in the shot.
we
Yeah.
show it, all of it.
And of course, I've seen several memes where the tennis bit from the rich people episode.
Oh
Sunny.
yeah, yeah.
I
yeah,
actually saw that. I actually
Yeah,
saw
no,
that.
it's
yeah.
very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do we want to talk about the Spider-Man to tennis pipeline? Every Spider-Man female has been in a tennis movie now, which is kind of weird.
Oh really?
What?
Yeah,
Emma Stone?
yeah. She's in a
What?
Billie King movie
What?
in like 2017,
Oh,
and then
Oh,
Kirsten
what Kirsten
Dunst
Dunst?
was in a tennis movie in like 2010.
Mm.
Also, every Spider-Man has been in a war movie. That has nothing to do with this.
Write that down.
It's kind of weird.
he's on to
The
something.
next Spider-Man.
There was a video of Zendaya. She was at the U.S. Open in 2022, and she was like visibly disgusted by someone's performance. And I was like, "Oh, now it makes sense."
Yeah,
Yeah. Or she knows ball now.
she does.
I will say the actual like tennisness of it for the most part seemed very realistic. Like I know that they trained for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't care about
Well, Bradley
tennis, I
Cooper
think
spent 6 years learning how to conduct. Fun fact.
Have you seen those videos? Have you seen those
Have you seen
videos where,
Maestro?
Like, actual
Bro
Have you
is like
seen those
literally
videos
the
where, like,
biggest
actual-
Maestro hater. This man hates Maestro almost as much as he hates Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay, wait. And
George Miller.
Hold on.
I do hate George Miller.
I just
I know.
wait. I have.
give me a job.
I need to add this. I need to add this about the movie, and I think, bro. All I'm trying to say is that if you don't care about tennis, you will care about tennis after Challengers. I think.
True. Yep. I was like, man,
Yeah.
I need to start playing tennis.
And then now going back to Maestro. I don't know if you've seen this.
Cause
I don't know if you've seen this, but I saw a video of like actual composers like trying to follow Bradley Cooper's conducting the movie, and like it wasn't.
Yeah, big surprise. It wasn't correct.
Yeah, who would've saw
Bro
that
learns that everything is not accurate in a film.
Yeah, neither is directing,
dude,
apparently.
What the heck?
coming? Remember when Bradley Cooper said he felt Bernstein in him during the movie?
He should have been in
Pause.
Challengers. What?
Pause.
Yeah. He did say that.
That's funny.
What the?
Yeah. What the deuce?
Yeah. What the Patrick Zwig?
Oh my. Well,
Closing thoughts?
Well, I
challengers.
like this.
Yeah.
Challengers wish it could be the killer.
Man.
I'm kidding, guys.
I
I'm
lit-
kidding, guys.
I literally just remembered that movie that existed. Like when you said the killer, I was like, "What's he talking about?" And I was like,
'Cause
"Oh
it's
yeah."
so
Dude,
bad.
I don't know. I feel like for me, like I haven't thought about challengers like at all. I feel like I'm gonna forget about it in like 3 months. Like I know that's
Maybe
like,
you.
It's kind of sad. Yeah, maybe
I'm
it's
taking
just a
this
me
to my
problem,
grave,
but-
bro.
yeah.
Challengers was epic. I don't know. I had a great time. I thought it was very fun. It
I
was
like
a little
the-
bit
I-
self-indulgent at times.
I like the Atmos.
it was a little bit self-indulgent at times, but it was a lot of fun. And I like the over-the-top stuff. I didn't appreciate, some of the stuff in the bathroom where we just see people's junk for no reason. I could go with that then,
Just
you
had-
know?
That's Luca.
Just had to get
Yeah.
that. He just had to get that R rating.
Yeah.
I feel like if that wasn't in it, it could have been PG-13.
Well, yeah.
I feel
language,
Luca
but-
loves like. I feel like that's just kind of like over.
He loves being naked.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
part of
He
the
is naked
over the
and
top
afraid.
thing, which is like just gets a little.
He just loves free hanging.
Yeah.
It's like,
Free
bro, we did
spirit,
not
yeah.
need that. Cut that out the
Yeah.
movie, bro. That's
was
how
going
you.
du-
That's how you shorten the movie down a little bit.
He was
Cut that
going double
out.
commando.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably always going commando.
Oh, knowing
Patrick.
him.
He wins-
Patrick certainly
he-
does.
He wins an Oscar, and he's like wearing the baseball jerseys from this season.
Oh, no, he'd be wearing the "I told you" shirt.
Yeah.
You see
That'd
how
be
that's
kinda
gotten
cool,
like
actually.
super big?
Yeah,
They're selling it for like $300.
Whoa, 300.
that's so goofy, man. What's the
get one right
society we live in, man?
Consumer culture,
Society.
capitalism.
We should do a society episode.
Oh, what?
I would like to say that,
A society episode.
AKA Joker. I would like to say that I saw the trailer for Joker before Challengers.
Thank goodness
and
we didn't.
It looks better than I'd like to admit.
Oh, bro, shut up, bro. I mean, we knew
Like-
that. I mean, the cinematography, yeah, it'll probably be decent.
The
but, like, I know
cinematography is
that
actually-
story is
is-
gonna be so bad, bro.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, the story, whatever, but like the cinematography is like actually like pretty great,
Oh my gosh, Drake
it
just
looks
dropped,
great.
guys.
bro.
Drake just dropped
That's
the
the-
Heart Part 6. That's disrespectful. Holy crap.
Y'all, be careful going to the movies these days. You might miss a Drake or Kendrick drop.
I thought you were gonna say you might see Drake. You gotta stay away from him.
Yeah, don't go out in public. You might see Drake.
Lock your doors.
All right, we're getting off track. Okay, I think we've hit most of the bases here. It's evident that we've got some differing opinions on Challengers, but I think the general consensus is that
It's at least good.
It's at least good,
And that
yeah.
some of
Yeah.
us think it's
yeah,
fantastic.
and we
Yeah, it's
liked
good.
it. We had a good time.
It's just not perfect.
Yeah, it's
You
not
know?
perfect. Nobody
Every
said it's
movie
perfect.
should be perfect. That's all I'm asking for.
I agree.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I think that wraps it up on our end. Down the pipeline, let's tell the people what we've got going on. As far as like episodes, we're thinking. Okay, I'll say it. We're trying to do Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while since I talked about Dane DeHaan, so I'd like to meet that quota. Dane DeHaan.
We are first and foremost Dahan podcast first.
Yeah.
And we'd like to get back to our roots with this next episode.
Yes.
Bring out the poster, baby.
Yeah.
So the poster's coming out. Dane DeHaan, we're gonna have him over. It's gonna be a nice time. We're gonna chop it up.
I'm gonna DM him.
Yeah.
Ask if he wants.
You
to
should ask
come,
for a
yeah.
Zoom meeting. You should ask him
Yeah.
about the industry.
Yeah.
He might hop on, bro.
First
He's not doing anything. He's not
First
in movies
celebrity
these
guest.
days.
Yeah. First, we should
Well, we just did
we should
Oppenheimer.
do a carpool karaoke with him.
Bruh.
Carpool
All
karaoke.
right, we need to cut this for you. Now, okay, talk about getting off track.
Why is he now? Why? Why? What song are we picking?
We need to do something like because carpool karaoke was the thing. Like that was
2015.
yeah when Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. So we need like a 2015 type song. Like we need to
Yeah.
take it back.
Maroon 5.
My heart's a stereo. That's more like 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, that's like 08, I think.
No.
Stereo
Yeah,
Hearts?
down the pipeline, we're
Serious?
gonna.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. That'll be the series finale. So please get excited for that.
Yeah.
This is the culmination of all of our work. This is going to be our magnum opus.
Yeah.
We're gonna give some Dane DeHaan love. We're gonna talk about some Andrew Garfield. We're gonna talk about some
It's 2011.
ad libs lines between I don't know, just Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone just
Yeah.
chatting it up and not having scripts. And
And-
we're gonna watch one of the worst movies of all time. Oh,
And we might we might do a double showing with Fair Play.
we do need to do Fair Play.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing fair play for a while now.
Talk about a
Oh,
sexy movie, baby. Forget challengers.
Fair play.
I am willing to bet so much money that Challengers is better than Fair Play.
Oh, I would yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the sky's
would put
blue.
money on
Also,
it.
I was talking about the Challengers memes. Ripley was one of those that showed up, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently,
I
the
can see
Ripley TV show is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've seen people say it's great.
Might have to run it up.
Yeah. Might have to.
Well, folks,
Um,
thank you so much for tuning in. It was a lot of fun as always. Jacob, it's great to have an excuse to catch up with you
Yes,
while
sir.
you're remote.
yeah. I'm on the road this summer, so hopping on virtually.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll get you down and in person for this Amazing Spider-Man episode before you ship out. But we had a great time, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. So
Roll that. Thank you.
he's on top
Roll
of
that
it.
outro music, son.
Yes, sir.